we're just going to backtrack a little bit to what we started with in the beginning of the week. Just very basic pass that I still use, still works great for me. I probably use that more than anything. So just to start, we're going to grab the lapels here and put them together. Okay, and then I turn my hand this way. I want to make an S with the gi, right? I want my palm in the sternum here, holding him down, right? That's number one. If I grab this way, I've been like popped in the arm pretty hard, and it kind of arm locks me a little bit and makes me let go. So turning it down, I get more elbow involved in the hip, and it keeps my elbow safe, all right? This one's gonna slide inside here, and I'm gonna just pinch up the hip area of the pants here, like this, all right? So now when I bring my elbows down and I roll my hips forward, almost like I wanna put my nose in my belly button, all right? Here, I'm pinning both of his legs with my elbows here. I maintain a good posture, my hips are rolled up, right? Now it's very hard to start pushing me down. I always have the option to straighten it and retract it when I feel necessary, all right? So we get our grips, both of my elbows are inside, and we take our first step, right? When I do that, I don't want to lean, right? If I lean to get this foot out, I'm really off balance and he's gonna push me over, probably forcing me to take my frame out, right? So from here, I always want to step forward because that maintains my good posture. When I do that, I try to step as close to him as I possibly can, right? So here, right? Still maintaining this downward force, right? I want my leg in tight because when I bring my knee inside, it starts locking his hip, right? Between my knee and his body, and my body, excuse me, here, right? And I'm pinching down with that elbow. So it keeps his leg nice and secure, almost in a vice here, right? Pinching the leg, it gets very uncomfortable for him, and it's starting to force his leg open this way, right? So when I'm doing that, it's a little easier to push down, right? I push down with my hand, I don't push down with my elbow, because again, I'm gonna run out of space and I start leaning, and then I'm gonna get dumped over, or he's gonna push this through, he's gonna try and move me here. Right. So I step up, I start pinching in tight, push down. All right, everything's tight. I don't want him getting his leg out. Bring that arm back, all right? And then I just simply step my knee over into position. I want to maintain my hook at the ankle. I don't want to get low. I don't want to come up like this, right? You can see all these balance problems we could have, right? So here. Low, and get my grips. From here, I like to walk this foot up, kind of splitting him here, right? Then once I feel I have control of his guard, I'll step out, and we get to side control here. I always want to make sure that my knee is pinned to the hip. That is the only thing keeping him from re-guarding. We could replace that with a hand and remove the knee, or we could put the knee in and replace the hand. But at no time should that ever be empty. If there's space here and you have a gap here, it's gonna re-guard every time, right? So every time you pass, make it a point to stab the knee into the hip, right? I get on my toes, right? My toes are activated. I don't wanna go down, laces down, because I kind of subconsciously, lazily back off of him. All right, if my toes are up in the mat, I'm constantly driving forward, all right? Which is what we want. So, one last time. Here, turn, elbow down. This comes in. Here, and I roll my hips up, right? Take a tight step forward. Here, so I could pinch my knee and turning his body offline, all right? This is pinched in, everything's super tight here. We have 3 points of contact, right? My elbow, my leg, and my body. I push down, right? Pull yourself past and get low. I get my grips under the arm, under the head. Walk this up. step out and stab that knee. Get on your toes, head up. Right? Pull yourself down into him. Here. For our side control. Alright? Let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3. So, little troubleshooting. Alright? There's so many different ways to grab, right? You can grab here. I like this, you know, just get comfortable here, right? The only position I don't like is the straight arm, you know, because again, your elbow's exposed, right? If he really like goes to arm drag me, kind of pushes us over, you get your back taken pretty easily. So here, this way. Then I pull everything up and then elbow down. Both my elbows now are pinning his hips here. I don't want to be too forward, I'll grab my head, right? And then I'm stuck in this position. Like, lean back, hips up, here. So now when he goes to grab me, like, we can keep him here. I'm constantly pinning his hips. All right, that's one thing I like to do here. All right, when I step up, all right, kind of step in a circle. Step tight, here. And then pinch everything down. I'm already opening him up. And push, all right? When I step through it, I use these grips. I have this great grip here. Pull yourself through, but head's got to go down. Here, right? I've made the mistake of passing, like I get off balance a little bit and right away he goes for Kimura, my arms are exposed, right? Not good. If my head's here, it's going to block that attack, all right? Second thing I'm doing, if you come around, maintain your hook on the leg. If I step over at any point, now I'm in half guard. And then you gotta ask yourself, can you pass half guard? Maybe not, you know, and that's fine. Like, not that you don't know how, but maybe it's not your A game, you know? Maybe it's his. We don't want to find out, you know? We want to get through it with what we're doing. Be very greedy with your jiu-jitsu when we're competing especially. All right, so we want to maintain that hook and this leg up. My head's in the shoulder, and I get my grip. And even from here, if I feel like trying to close and get the head guard, I start walking the foot up, applying pressure to the jaw on the bottom. Then I can step out. And I take a short step. Don't come all the way back and some bridge and get on top. Right? Little tiny short step. Just clear. Knee in. Get your toes in the mat. Shoulders under the jaw. Heads up. Right, I'm pulling it in. Lastly, don't put your head down. Right? People try to apply pressure this way. They want to make it so heavy, and he's just going to elevate my hips and flip me right over. Right? We call that the embarrassing sweep. It all happens to all of you. So we're here, head up, knees open, toes in the mat, pressure up this way. Now when he tries to reverse me, no good. If he's really powerful and he goes to reverse me, just simply put the hand out and come back to your position. All right? Just little things to add. All right? Ready? 1, 2, 3.